Hello. Careful. Be careful. Hello and welcome back. This week I'm very excited because I'm reviewing Lana Grace Riva's The Existence of Amy. Let me tell you, I really enjoyed this book, but it was also kind of difficult for me just because it becomes very apparent that Amy has some sort of mental health troubles going on. Kind of throughout the book, I was debating if she has anxiety or OCD. At some point it becomes clear that she has something that's like kind of depression alike, and I really haven't dealt with that personally. I mean, I think we all go through depressive phases at various points in our life. I think COVID has especially really shown us that. But even if we've gone through like these minor depressive phases, I don't know if it's enough experience to give us like a true sense of empathy for people who do deal with mental health concerns on a more serious basis. Hi, Lily. Hello. And so that was something that I really had to work on throughout reading the book, was trying to be really understanding and mindful in my reading, because there were times when Amy's kind of beating herself up for not being able to like participate. And that was something I kind of had to work on throughout the book, because I had to be mindful about my frustration with the fictional characters' self-frustration and self-doubt, because there were times where you know, I kind of want to do the whole like sports athlete, like shake it off, walk it off. And I know that that's just not a realistic thing that some people can do. And in Amy's case, she wasn't able to do that. So a little bit about the book. It's about Amy, a woman living in London. She loves her job. She has great friends at her job, but she has her mental health concerns that have inhibited her ability to really like participate with them and have really valuable give and take friendships. She's constantly afraid of losing people. Hi, Jax. Because she thinks that they'll think she's too weird and just leave her. So all of this kind of starts to change, both for positive and a little bit for negative even, after a trip to Australia. So the whole company, well, not the whole company, but one of the teams goes down to Australia to work with their, I think it's Melbourne office, or maybe it's Sydney office, yeah. So they go down to Australia to meet up with them and like work together on this bigger project. And on one hand, you see Amy blossom a little bit, because she wasn't always like this, as she says. She used to have a normal life where she was excited about things and went out and like didn't worry about everything. And you see her wanting to get back to that. And this is really beautiful, because again, as someone who hasn't really dealt a whole lot with mental health concerns or people with mental health concerns on a personal level, it was really great to see her come out of her shell a little bit, or try to come out of her shell. But then her best friend Ed leaves, and everybody teases them that they're like the unrequited loves or whatever. And that was kind of funny for me, because I had a friend kind of like that at one of the jobs that I used to be at, where everyone was like, oh my gosh, you guys are so cute. Anyway, that hurts her. Like, it cuts her to the core. Part of her is really happy for Ed. She knows that it's the best thing for him, but at the same time, she's just like, damn, I really miss you. And that's where it starts to kind of go to the downside. She kind of gets stuck in a downward spiral, and it isn't until her other friend and coworker Nathan swings by and is like, I'm going to help you. And you know, earlier in the book, I had really hoped that they would get to this sooner, because Nathan had self-disclosed his own mental health concerns with her. And you know, I thought, ooh, maybe them self-disclosing and commiserating will help her see that like something's possible. But it didn't happen when I hoped it did. It happened later in the book. But even so, it was really great. And I really liked that character development, especially at the end. So I think overall the book was excellent. Riva is a very talented writer. She's very descriptive. The characters are all extremely well developed. I think the plot was really well thought out. It was a little bit long, just because you spend the majority of the book like, oh my gosh, Amy, like, please get it together. Please, Amy, feel better, please, Amy, like, you can do this, you can overcome this, because you can see that she wants to. Like, there are even conversations she has with her anxieties and fears, and like you get to see where her little fears are saying, hey, I'm just here to protect you, we were really lucky but we're not lucky anymore, and she's like, please just go away, I want to be normal again, and her fears are saying, no, you can't. And so I think that was really well done, but it was also just like, since it was such a big portion of the book, while it gave a lot of context and while it made the ending so much more impactful and meaningful, it did drag on just a teensy bit. So I think that's really my one critique of the book. I mean, for the most part, the pacing was really good. It was just that little bit. And then like my only like trigger warning, I guess, is that if mental health concerns are a particular trigger for you, like if they make you uncomfortable, just be aware of that going in. And I think even if they don't make you uncomfortable, having a sense of mindfulness is really important in this book, because if you, like me, really haven't had a whole lot of firsthand experience in interacting with people and helping people who do have mental health concerns, it might be a little bit hard for you to sympathize with Amy, which is really too bad, because Amy's like a great character and I really enjoyed her. So that's all I have for The Existence of Amy. And next week I'm excited because I will be reviewing J.S. Frankel's book, What the Gods Allow. So happy reading and thanks.